You're watching the Weekend 15 on TV Platinum. Your in-depth roundup to the 15 biggest stories shaping Nigeria this week, from politics to power struggles, governance to grassroots voices. Let's rewind and break it all down for you. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy Bayo Onanuga has fired back at former Governor of Kaduna State, Elrufai, who accused President Tinubu of plotting to become a life president. Elrufai, who made the remarks during a meeting with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar the weekend, said all the democratic credentials of the president are fake. Onanuga dismissed the claims, insisting President Tinubu is a Democrat who would not stay beyond 2031 if re-elected. He added that former Kaduna Governor Elrufai and his new allies are chasing a futile bid to stop Tinubu's 2027 re-election, describing it as a mission doomed to fail. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has appointed members of subcommittees to organize its 2025 elective national convention set for November 15 and 16, 2025 in Ibadan, Oyo State. The list released on the party's official X account on Monday and signed by Convention Chairman Governor Umaru Fintri of Adamawa State features more than 100 members across key areas, including accreditation, security, and electoral processes. Governor Demola Adeleke will oversee accommodation, Governor Dauda Lawal heads accreditation, and Governor Diodiri leads contact and mobilization. Former Senate President Bukola Saraki will chair the medical committee, while Governor Bala Mohammed takes charge of publicity. Governor Sheyi Makinde will direct transportation, and security will be handled by Governor Kefas Abu. The planned trial of the suspended Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan on cybercrime charges was stalled at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday. At the resumed sitting, prosecuting counsel David Kaswe told the court that the business of the day was to open the case and call the first witness, with arrangements already made for a televised display in the courtroom. Kaswe also confirmed that the prosecution witness was present and ready to proceed, but defense counsel Ihoje West Idahosa SAN raised a preliminary objection, insisting the court lacked jurisdiction to entertain the matter. He informed the court that his client had already filed the objection, effectively halting the commencement of trial. The Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the no-case submission filed by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Delivering ruling on Friday, Justice James Omotosho held that the Department of State Services (DSS) had established a prima facie case against Kanu in the terrorism charges brought by the federal government. The judge noted that testimonies of 5 prosecution witnesses provided enough evidence that required Kanu's response. He therefore ordered the IPOB leader to open his defense, stressing that the prosecution had successfully shown that Kanu has a case to answer. The National Assembly has unsealed the office of Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. According to a video on Tuesday, Deputy Director of the Sergeant-at-Arms Alabi Adedeji was seen removing the red seal from her office door with the support of security personnel. It is still unclear if the move allows the suspended senator full access, as the Senate has yet to issue a resolution. Her possible return will depend on decisions taken when plenary resumes in October. The House of Representatives has directed the Accountant General of the Federation, Shamsuddin Ogunjimi, to provide a detailed breakdown of 2.4 trillion naira recently disbursed to contractors handling federal projects across Nigeria. Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, speaking to journalists on Monday after a heated session with indigenous contractors in Abuja, said lawmakers are worried that despite the huge payments, many projects remain invisible on the ground. He warned against fake project completion claims and insisted on transparency. Kalu added that while 2.4 trillion naira has already been released and another 760 billion naira is in the pipeline, the House is demanding a verified spreadsheet from the Accountant General to reconcile government payments with contractors' claims. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) says it is unbothered by speculations that Governor Similai Fubara may defect to the All Progressives Congress (APC). River State Party Chairman Robinson Ewo told the party's position over the phone on Wednesday that any decision Governor Fubara makes is personnel. He explained that the governor has the right to pursue his political interests as long as they serve the people of River State. He further added that he has not been informed of any plan to leave the party. Speculation grew after Governor Fubara visited President Bola Tinubu with APC Governors Forum Chairman Hope Uzodinma. Observers noted that Governor Fubara, in his statewide broadcast after resuming duties, failed to acknowledge the PDP's role in defending democracy in the state. Troops of Operation Hadinkai have foiled multiple terrorist attacks in Banki, Damboa and Biu areas of Borno State, killing several ISWAP and Boko Haram fighters. In the last 24 hours, nationwide operations also killed scores of terrorists, rescued kidnapped victims, and led to the arrest of 20 suspects. The operation, which took place between September 19 and 22, recovered a cache of weapons and explosives, vehicles, stolen petroleum products, and fertilizer suspected for terrorist use. Troops also rescued kidnapped victims in Kaduna and Benue, arrested criminals across several states, and destroyed illegal oil sites in Rivers and Cross River States. The army vows to sustain operations to curb crime and boost food security in the country. The All Progressives Congress APC has dismissed claims by the African Democratic Congress ADC that President Bola Tinubu will serve only one term, calling the statement idle talk and laughable. Lagos State APC spokesman Shey Oladejo, who spoke on Wednesday, described the ADC as a party of several defectors already on political life support and unlikely to wield power at the national level. Oladejo linked the one-term presidency proposal by ADC as mere wishful thinking and urged Nigerians to ignore political distractions, emphasizing continued support for President Tinubu's administration. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, commended Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umoino, for what he described as the sacrifice of leaving the People's Democratic Party for the All Progressives Congress APC. Wike made the commendation at the commissioning of the Ikodesu Otomo Azumini Road in Ikalko government area of the state on Wednesday, saying Governor Eno's decision to work with the Senate President would fast-track development in the state. He stressed that unity and collaboration drive progress, pledging his continued commitment to prioritizing development over party politics. Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoide, says collaboration and mutual understanding are key to tackling economic and financial crimes. Represented by the Director of Public Affairs, Commander C.E. Wilson Owajere, Olukoide made the remarks at the 2025 EFCC Civil Society Organizations Capacity Building Workshop in Abuja. In a statement issued on Thursday by EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyewale, the chairman noted that the media and civil society groups are critical partners in the fight against corruption. He explained that discussions at the workshop focus on operational, legal, and media issues in the anti-graft campaign. Olukoide reaffirmed that public ownership of the anti-graft fight remains the most effective way to sustain success. The Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Sheikh Mohammed, says arming officers may be necessary to enforce traffic laws on Nigeria's highways. Mohammed, who spoke on Arise News on Thursday, highlighted the dangers Federal Road Safety Corps personnel face, especially when confronting overloaded trailers and tankers. He said enforcement is nearly impossible without, he called the power of cohesion. While Mohammed highlighted the dangers FRSC personnel face on highways, he acknowledged issues of bribery among some officers, stressing that the Corps maintains strict procedures and a strong record of sanctioning. The Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the no-case submission filed by the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Delivering the ruling on Friday, Justice James Omotosho held that the Department of State Services DSS had established a prima facie case against Kanu in the terrorism charges brought by the federal government of Nigeria. The judge noted that the testimonies of 5 prosecution witnesses provided enough evidence that required Kanu's responses. He therefore ordered the IPOB leader to open his defense, stressing that the prosecution has successfully shown that Kanu has a case to answer. The Inspector General of Police, Kaide Motekun, has commissioned 59 new operational vehicles for deployment across the Nigeria Police Force. Speaking at the Force Headquarters in Abuja on Thursday, the IGP said the vehicles, which are bulletproof and specifically designed for high-risk operations, will enhance the capacity of police units in responding to complex security challenges nationwide. He urged officers to exercise discipline and professionalism in using the assets, noting that ongoing reforms within the force are aimed at rebuilding public trust and ensuring effective policing in line with democratic principles. Pan-Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere has urged the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, and relevant security agencies to investigate allegations leveled by Senator Natasha Boti Uduaghan against Senate President Godswill Akpabio. While welcoming the Senate's decision to lift the senator's 6-month suspension, Afenifere stressed that her claims, particularly the accusation of sexual harassment against the Akpabio, cannot be ignored due to their implications for Nigeria's governance and international reputation. The group said truth and accountability must be pursued regardless of political consequences. And that's your Week in 15. Stay informed, stay empowered. For deeper dives into these stories, stay with TV Platinum, where the news meets clarity. Thank you for watching. I am God's gift, Julius.